Hello and good morning. Welcome to today's topic for AP Macroeconomics, the balance of payments. It's Mr. Shattuck here. I know these videos may not be captivating, but it's what we got to do, right? I'm going to try and keep it short and sweet, 15 minutes or less to get you through this topic. There'll be the notes. This is all of them. So if you wanted to pause the video and copy it all, that'd be cool, all right? We are going to get there, but we're going to start with a blank page, all right, which is this. There's all the type stuff. I will try to send you this image right here so that if you want to print it and take notes, that'll work. After I explain it, there will be practice problems again. There's 10 questions and then an FRQ. So once again, you can take a picture of your work. You could do it on a separate sheet of notebook paper. I don't care how you do these assignments. I only care that you do these assignments, okay? This is our last topic this unit, and then tomorrow and Friday, I'll send you some review questions to try to put it all together, some multiple choice and FRQs, okay? So with no further ado, let's get to it. I'm gonna see if I can do it like this, kind of like Star Wars, so that I can write without a shaky camera, okay? At the top, the balance of payments. What is that? Well, yesterday, we did money going in and out, okay? So I'm going to put looking at the money flowing in and out of a country. Looking at the money flowing in or out of a country. And this being America, of course, that country will almost always be America. See if I can get this to zoom better. Get your focus, Okay? Now the balance of payments, that's the measure of currency inflow and outflow. So, measure of currency inflow outflow. Okay. If you want to think about this with the old pesos that we're having going in and out, and for avocados or for German cars, does this thing look familiar to you though? Yeah, it should. It looks just like a bank statement, right? When we were looking at assets and liabilities, okay? These are two columns, just like a bank. When we were looking at required reserves, this is another T-chart, okay? If you ever go into business, you're gonna have to get comfortable with T-charts, okay? And just like in the bank, together these must equal 0. They have to offset is the word. So I'm gonna draw an arrow between one and the other and put offset, okay? That means together they must equal 0. I like writing these things out for you because that lets me know how fast I'm going or if I'm going too slow. I'm sorry if it's a little blurry. I'm going to order maybe an iPad holder so that I can just hold it above the thing right now. But for now, when it's holding up here, it's just me with my hands. Okay, so an accountant would say they have to zero out, okay? I'm not an accountant, but if I were, I'd say these things have to zero out, because together they have to equal 0, the two columns. Let's look what's on the left, okay? Balance of trade, net exports. So on the AP test, they'll probably give you a lot of this, okay? They'll show you this sheet and then ask you questions about it. They're not going to ask you to create this, but they will possibly on an FRQ give you this and ask you how it might change if things happen in the world, okay? Especially related to foreign exchange. So, in balance of trade and net exports, those are the dollars that flow, all right? Not the things, the dollars that flow. Okay, and you've got exports, which is a credit. Okay, because if we send an export, like an American truck, a Ford truck, to Germany, they have to send us money. And so we're going to get some money for that. We're going to get a credit. All right, but if we import a German car like a BMW or a Mercedes, okay, that becomes a debit. I'm even going to go regs right here for a second and say exports like a Ford. Okay, here's my examples. And an import like a Mercedes. Those are nice cars. I'd like a Mercedes in a perfect world, but I don't have one because I'm a teacher. So, and those are like, this is not Corona, huh? Now things are just too complicated. The next thing that goes on the left column in the current account, okay, your current account balance. This is all your current accounts. Net foreign factor income. What are the factors of production? They're really, really tall here, okay? You've got land, which gives you rent. All right, see that right there? Land gives you rent. Labor gives you wages. Land, labor, and capital are the three big factors of production. Capital gives you interest. And then there's one other one, which is entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship. That little thing right there, okay, look at how tiny it is. Rent, wages, interest, and profits. If you don't know land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship, these four, if you don't know those four, go watch a YouTube about it, all right? It's like basic economics from the first week of class. You may have skimmed over it because it was so basic in the first week. And it's good to review now because you got to know this stuff for your AP exam, okay? So maybe go back and look at the factors of production: land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is like Steve Jobs, okay? He made Apple, they make money. Does he make a thing? Yeah, they make iPhones, but the company Apple really is an industry where they just sell their service of making phones. So they're selling a thing, but the entrepreneur created that company, okay? Now, on those four things, rent, wages, interest, and profits, you've got foreign factor income, foreign factor payments, okay? So if Apple makes some income, that's a plus, okay? If they make some profits, that's a plus. Now, if we're paying money, then it becomes a minus. So if Apple were a Chinese company like Huawei, all right, then that money would be going out of the USA's capital account, okay? Then finally, you've got net transfers like aid and charity, okay? That is money flowing. So if we send, if we were to get $1 billion from China because the USA is so poor and China is helping us, okay? That'd be a transfer in. More likely, though, since we're America and we're a dominant world economy, is a lot more transfers out, okay? A lot more charity is going to go to Zimbabwe, to Malawi, like UN missions around the world. We give tons of money around the world. So more likely that would be a minus for the American balance, okay? Now let's look at the right side of this, which has to equal 0, okay? We got to zero it all out. Anything over here translates to the right side, okay? So when we're importing and exporting, that will fit somewhere in here. So let's see where we see. We got on the financial accounts, all right, capital is financial. We start with foreign investment and U.S. investment abroad. That's portfolio investment. I need to write some notes, so I got to put this down now. Sorry for focus. Portfolio investment is the purchase or sale of. Buying or selling bonds. Okay, so if foreigners invest in the USA, all right, someone buys $1 billion of Google stock, okay, that's money coming to the USA in our capital account. We got money from a foreign country, from foreign citizens to buy Google stock. Now, if we invest, say, in some stock in Mercedes, well, then that's some money that we're sending to Germany, okay? So let's say that I bought $1 million of Mercedes stock. We would lose $1 million over here, right? But over here, that would be some form of, well, that's money going out. That's just where it goes. Okay, the next one that translate is real investment. So land, okay, like a house. or buildings like a factory. If other companies put money, if a man in Colombia buys a U.S. house because he's a drug lord and he wants to hide his money for $1 million, okay? That's a foreign investment in the U.S. That's $1 million we just got, right? What if I go buy a vacation home in Mexico? Okay, so on the first one, I'm going to put my narco example because I love the show Narcos. Okay, that's my narco house where they come buy a house in Miami. Whereas an investment abroad would be me buying my own Mexico vacation home because I'm a teacher and Mexico is a little cheaper than America. So maybe I'd want to buy a house down there to retire in. That's my plan. That'd be money that U.S. is losing out on. Okay, now we've got our last category on the right. I'm just going to explain these, and then you're going to use this information to answer questions. Trust me, it will make sense when you use it. You don't need to understand it now. That's what the practice is for. Official reserves, the Fed, not Donald Trump, all right, but the USA. That means when we, all right, the USA, the Federal Reserve buys or sells currency. And why would we do that? Well, we would do that to manipulate the currency rate, or in a financial crisis. Wow, that sounds familiar. Like coronavirus. That is the end of the note writing, so I will pick this up and try to hold it still. So official reserves, when we sell a foreign currency, maybe we own some Chinese currency and we want to change the exchange rate. So we sell some, or we buy some because we want to own some of that currency for whatever reason. Okay, there's our notes. What you need to do when you've gotten the notes finished is move on to the practice problems. I will explain number one of the practice problems just like yesterday. You know what? Let's just do that together right now. So, sorry for the black screen. You've got your notes. And so, boom, you come to the key over here. US, AP, Macroeconomics, Balance of Payments. Here's the directions. We'll just do this together, okay? Number one. For each of the following, determine if it represents a credit or a debit to the balance of payments and whether it's a current account or a financial account transaction. I'm gonna be honest, this stuff seems like little tiny details and it's silly, it's more like accounting, but this is economics, which gets you into business. So this is kind of like moving into the world of business and the world of accounting. So if you're interested in becoming a businessman, this should be your jam, okay? Because you're gonna have to understand this someday. Let's look at number one. All right, we're always going to note that it's from an American perspective, and I'm going to try to only show you the answer to number one so you can actually work, okay? Scenario, Bob purchased $50,000 worth of common stock in the Korean manufacturer Hyundai. Okay, so that's a debit or a credit? Let's see, Bob is buying stock in Hyundai. Well, we got foreign stock. Is he no, he's investing abroad. He's buying Hyundai stock. So it's a minus. It's a debit. Check the key. It's a debit. Very good. Now, which column does it go in? Current account or financial account? I got it right here. It's an investment abroad minus in the financial because that's stock. And stock is a capital good, a financial good. So it's financial. And then since I'm extra, all right, I added the category of which category does it fall under. It's a portfolio investment, which it says right here. Him buying that stock is a portfolio investment. So I added that over here. I will share this key with you with all of my answers, but not yet, okay? I don't want you to know the answers yet. I want you to do all these on your own, 1 through 10. Then come back and check the answers, correct it. I'm cool with you correcting it, okay? I want you to get the right answers and then submit it on the Google Classroom. There will also be an FRQ for this. Let's see what our FRQ is. Woof! I don't want to tell you yet because I'm not sure which one I'm going to assign you. But good luck, good job. I'm right at 15 minutes. I hope you understand it. Tomorrow I will have Zoom office hours from 1 to 2 for this class. If you have questions about the balance of payments or yesterday's activity, where is yesterday's work? Here it is, the foreign exchange market, all right? You can ask me those questions at that time. Have a great Wednesday. Bye.